pretty. That's a lie. What's up, y'all? It is your girl back with another video, and today we are doing like a little Q&A. What are your assumptions about me? Get ready with me, all that type of shebang, you know. I asked you guys on Instagram. Follow me, by the way, on Instagram, what you guys wanted to know about me, or like what you assumed about me, so I can address it and tell you whether it's true or not. And yeah, I'm getting ready. I might go out, so hopefully this makeup doesn't go to waste, but if it doesn't, it's okay. We get content, baby. That's what matters. But before we get into that content, make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe. And girl, let's get on into it. So, I mean, I'm not really gonna show you guys like my makeup and stuff. I'm clearly in my bathroom. This is just like very casual. I've done this before, like when I first moved to Houston. And I actually like this setup. I'm just not really like that type of like makeup guru. Do they even say that anymore? Type of girl. I pretty much do the same makeup over and over, so this works for me. I just like doing makeup while I'm talking to y'all. But let me put my hair up, because you see the baby hairs though? You see the skin, look at this. Period. Love that for me. I need to do my eyebrows real quick, and I can't do that while I'm talking, so let me do that. And then we can get into the nitty gritty, you feel me? She's done with her brows. I haven't not been like filling my brows lately. I literally just outline them, and it looks sufficient enough to me. But anyways, let's get into the assumptions. I guess the first one that I will address is that I'm mixed with white. That's such a boring one, but I'll give it anyway. I am. I'm black and white. I get this question all the time, whether I'm like some type of like Middle Eastern, Hispanic. I get all the time, but girl, I'm just the simple black and white girl. Not much to that. So yeah, if you guys ever wondered what ethnicity I am, your question has now been answered. Okay, someone said you for surely look bougie, but that's not bad at all. So you know what? I'm about to look up the definition of bougie, because I feel like when someone says you're bougie, that's why they had to kind of come back with a rebuttal of saying that's not a bad thing. It can be like a negative thing. So let's see what bougie means. Girl, now I'm bringing up the lyrics to Bad and Boujee. Wow, okay. So the bougie variation commonly refers to middle class or upwardly mobile black people. Urban Dictionary's top entry for bougie defines aspiring to be higher class than one is. Wow, I didn't know it specifically pertained to black people. Okay. I don't understand how. I feel like anybody can expect higher class, but I mean, yeah, if you want to define me as expecting to be higher class and like things that are in a higher class and a higher class lifestyle, you can define me as bougie. I feel like especially with black women specifically, and that's crazy that they even specify black people. It's like, oh, you're bougie, oh, you're uptight, or you're too good. It's just like, no, I know the type of lifestyle that I want, what I have created for myself, and what I bring to the table. So I just want that reciprocated. Like, I want quality. That's how I view myself. That's how I value myself, is of quality. So how is it so uptight or negative for me to expect what I give myself? I don't understand. I was literally just at the gym like 2 days ago. This didn't even make any sense, but this is how I know some men are just incapable of using their brain cells. I was at the gym and I was getting off the treadmill, and he was like, I guess he was trying to flirt. He was like, nah, get back on that treadmill. And I'm like, I'm literally done. You saw me, I was just sprinting. Like, he was just trying to spark up conversation, whatever. So I was like, entertain. I was like, I gotta go, like, I'm in a rush, I have to go to work, like, you know? So we're like talking just a little bit, and then I'm like, no, I really have to go, because I was genuinely in a rush. And then he was like, nah, get back on that treadmill, run another sprint before you go. And I'm like, no, I just told you I have to fucking go. What are you talking about? He was like, oh, you bougie, huh? I'm like, no, I'm just done. But it's just like when a woman like decline something that a man is proposing, it's like, oh, you bougie, you too good for that. Like, what are you talking about? I made a decision that I don't want to do it because I'm not agreeing with what you want to present me. It makes me bougie. Not to say that what he was saying didn't even make sense, but I understood where he was coming from because I've encountered that many times. Bougie, call me that. Yes, I want a luxurious lifestyle. I'm not settling for anything less of that, because even though I'm not like where I want to be yet, you have to surround yourself with that type of energy so you can like truly manifest that. You can't be confusing the universe of saying, oh yeah, I want to live this specific lifestyle, da 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 da, but like you're settling for mediocrity, you know what I mean, instead of higher class things, I guess you would say. So call me bougie, whatever. Next thing is, you know how to fight, girl. This is my good sis. I do not know how to fight, y'all. I've never been in a fight. I don't aspire to be in a fight. I mean, like all throughout high school, middle school, things like that, I'm not like a very aggressive person. I don't have like anger issues. I never was the type to let my emotions get me to that point. For one, I knew I couldn't fight, so like why would I put myself in that position to get my ass beat? You know what I mean? For two, I didn't want to face the consequences of, you know, getting expelled, whatever, getting in trouble at home. And then now that I'm grown and I'm past, you know, high school stage, it's not like when you get into a fight, you go to detention. Like, girl, you go to jail. Do you guys like comprehend that? Like people who are at the clubs and want to get into fights because someone looked at you wrong or someone said something. It's like you really let your emotions control your actions to the point where you're willing to risk everything, like literally everything, because if you go to jail, that's messing up your career, your image, girl, your body, because the food that they feed you is trash, your whole record, your future. No, I'm not willing to deal with that. I would not last 2 seconds in jail. Like I just can't. So therefore, I don't get into fights. Now, I do want to take like boxing classes, self-defense classes, just so if something were to happen, like you never know, crazy situations could come your way. You could not even be doing nothing. Somebody could come up to you with that rah-rah, a man can approach you. So learning self-defense and learning how to protect yourself is something that I want to do, but not necessarily learning how to fight in aspirations that one day I will get in a fight. Like I don't even want to bring that energy over here. Like, no ma'am. So to answer your question, do I know how to fight? Absolutely not. By the way, I got lash extensions, y'all. I love it here. Oh my God, this had me crying. Someone said, are you part British? I see the accent come and go. I am not from the UK, I'm not part British, I don't have an accent naturally. When I do that, I'm literally just playing. I don't know when I started doing that, why I started doing that. And if I have any like British followers, I really hope that it's not like offensive, because I guess it kind of can be seen as like mocking, when in reality that's just how they talk, you know what I mean? It just comes out, especially if I'm like mad or I feel some type of like emotion. For whatever reason, I will start talking in my accent. Like if I'm talking to somebody and they're not understanding what I'm saying, I'm like, oh, let me bring out my British accent and maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because it catches their attention. I don't know. Y'all started doing it probably like a couple years ago and I never left, but I'm actually flattered. Like, I don't know if she's from the UK or if she has like a British accent, but I mean, I have to be doing it some type of good. If I'm not, my British followers, let me know. Okay, let me know if I'm out here embarrassing myself. I'm actually mixing 2 foundations. I'm doing the Rare Beauty and then the NARS, what is this? This is Natural Radiant. Yeah. You'd rather be single than in a relationship. This is a good one. So I'm recently single as of like a couple months ago. I don't know if I'd rather be single than be in a relationship necessarily. I'm open to both. It just depends on like where I am in my life and what's to offer. In terms of like being in a relationship just to avoid being lonely, yes, I'd rather be single. Being out here in the streets and like having multiple people, dating multiple people at a time, and giving that much of your energy to that many people. It's just never been me. It will probably never be me. I'm more of like a relationship type of person. So like, I mean, going on dates is like totally fine with different people because you don't know if you like them off the rip, you know what I mean? But like, once I find somebody that I have commonalities with or like similarities with, and I can see myself like maybe being with them and like wanting to get to know them better, I'm like the type of person to drop everybody else that I was even considering and focus solely on them because I'm just a relationship type of person. But like, as of right now, yes, I'd rather be single. When you get out of a relationship, there's a lot of healing that you have to do. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to look at the situation, take accountability for what happened within the relationship, and heal and figure out how to move forward and how to change your habits if you feel like there's any to change. But I feel like that takes time. You can't just, you know, hop from relationship to relationship unless it happens like naturally and organically that way. Somebody just perfect hops into your life right after you got a relationship. I don't know. But realistically, can't get out of a relationship and then get right back into one without carrying any baggage from the previous relationship onto the next. And so right now, I'd rather be single. So the next relationship that I'm in, I'm like fully committed, I'm healed, and I can not bring my past into the future. So yeah. You don't take no silly shit in a relationship or a friendship. Another person said that too, like, you look like you don't take any shit. And I'm glad that I give off that type of vibe. Not like an unapproachable type of vibe to where like I'm just a mean girl and I'm just, no, don't, if you're not acting this certain way, don't talk to me, da 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 da. But also like, if you're this type of person, don't talk to me. In a sense, I want to give off the energy that like, oh, she knows what she wants, she knows what she brings to the table, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a relationship with a family member. So if you're not reciprocating that, then she's just gonna leave. She's gonna communicate with you, but if you're not on the same wave and you're not in agreement, so you're not holding yourself accountable, and we can't have a healthy conversation on how we can find a solution, then yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm just not gonna settle for that. And I don't want you guys to take this in a sense of like, oh, when anything gets hard or like when any type of inconvenience comes my way, I'm ready to just dip, because that's not the case. It also depends on the type of relationship that it is. Like, if you're an acquaintance and you do some funny shit, I don't care to even really communicate about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, you did that, but we're just not gonna work. Because why would you even think that that's okay? But if it was like a longtime friend, a family member, a boyfriend, it's all about communicating that and then whether or not they're able to receive that. And if you're not, then okay, call me what you want, say I'm not gonna take no shit or whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna take no foolery. And I'm glad that I give off that vibe, because it's just like, don't come my way if you not gonna be giving me the right energy. And that's just that on that. Period. Someone said you are an empath. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically, you're someone that shows a lot of empathy. I mean, it's actually something that I'm working on, because growing up, I would say that I was like very judgmental in a sense. Like, I was always that friend that you didn't want to go to for advice, because I'm just gonna be like, well, I don't know what to tell you because you're settling, basically. And sometimes that's not always necessary to respond to your friend who's just trying to vent to you, whoever is trying to speak to you about a certain situation. Sometimes they just want comfort. And so it's hard for me to show empathy, because I used to have the mindset, or that could never be me. You know, and that kind of goes into the last assumption that I just addressed of, you know, if it's not feeding my soul, or if somebody's not doing something that I want them to do, I'm just ready to dip. I've always kind of had that mentality, but it was a lot more severe, and it's something that I'm like actively working on right now. It's just having more compassion and more empathy, not only for others, but for myself as well, because I'm like very, very hard on myself. I know the expectations that I have of myself, so if I do anything to conflict that, I'm like, why the hell would you do that? Why would you settle for that? Like, I'm like beating myself down and instead of showing myself compassion and saying, oh, okay, well, you can learn from this situation. And so that's what I'm trying to do with others as well. And not be, well, that could never be me type of person, because baby, that could be you. So I'm working on being empathetic without having to go through that similar situation or whatever they're telling me in order to show compassion, if that makes sense. Like, if I've never been through it, but somebody's clearly hurting and wanting to confide in me, show them some type of sympathy, girl. Don't be just like, oh yeah, that could just never be me. You know? So, yeah. Am I an empath? Working on it, because I feel like that is a great characteristic to have. Don't let people take advantage of you, but showing compassion for others is like a naturally human trait that we should all possess. So, yeah. Someone said you want to do YouTube full time. I mean, I feel like I brushed on this before, but definitely YouTube is a passion of mine, and that it would be amazing to turn this into a full income, which I know like I eventually will. I work a whole ass job. Dang, that's so much powder that I just put in there. But yeah, I do work a whole ass job, which is very unfortunate, but you gotta go through it to get to it. You know what I mean? It pays the bills, so it's okay. I'm very grateful to have one. Yeah, I do, and I'm honestly just so grateful that I was able to find my passion at such a young age. I don't know, so many people, especially at this young age, kind of are drifting and don't know what they want to do, which is totally fine, because you have so much of your life left to live, but that also doesn't mean that you shouldn't actively be trying to figure out what you want to do. In order to really be committed to doing something outside of your 9 to 5, you have to be like very passionate, because your 9 to 5 is like, I feel like it's just programmed to like exhaust you and keep you in that 9 to 5 bubble. Like, you're overworking yourself to the point where when you get off work, you don't want to do anything to contribute to like your dream. In order to like really get yourself out of that 9 to 5 lifestyle, you have to be willing to put in that work even when you're tired, and that requires passion. Damn, I forgot to put concealer here. Hold on. Man, I guess I'm not going anywhere. My friend, she just hit me up. She was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. She has homework and shit to do. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I guess this makeup is just gonna be taken right off as soon as I'm done with it. But what was I saying? That I'm passionate. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to put concealer here. That's the problem. Someone said you're the type to always look good when you go out. Baby, that's a lie. Whoever said that, you don't watch my vlogs, girl. Because one of my 2021, I guess, resolutions was to start putting more effort into like when I go out. Of course, I'm not referring to going out to the club and stuff. Of course, I'm gonna get all done up. I mean, like going out to the grocery store or going to Target or just running any type of errands. I've been like really actively working on putting effort towards how I get out the house, because baby, I will come out the house looking crazy, sweatshirt, sweats, and some Crocs, like, and won't care. But now I'm starting to like care, because like when you truly look good, you feel good. And even though I wouldn't like necessarily care, in the back of my mind I'd be like, damn, I look crazy right now. Like, this is unacceptable for you to be walking out the house like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. I do not be looking good every time I go out, but I'm working towards it. Lately, I feel like I've been doing pretty good. And honestly, vlogging, like weekly vlogging, has also been encouraging me. Oh my God, I have no idea. My camera just stopped recording. I have no idea where it cut off. But I'm done with my makeup, and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm probably just gonna go on live. I do not want to waste it. I'm about to spray some setting spray, even though it don't even really need to be lasting long, but setting spray always makes your makeup look better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I answered my favorite assumptions, or assumptions that I feel like you guys can get to know me better and I can be more transparent with you guys. But thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys like this style of like chit chat, get ready with me, but I'm just like really talking, not focusing on my makeup type of deal. And if so, I will definitely do more with like more topics, stuff like that. But without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video.